I hope everyone is doing well. I am Brian Knight. I am not Bobby Durkins. Thank you so much for joining me on this new channel. If you're new here, you know the drill. Hit the subscribe button. It's free. I almost said it's brand new. Long day, not a bad day, just a long day. Hit the subscription button. It's free. Turn on the notifications. It notifies you when I go live. Hit the thumbs up because, well, I just need the encouragement. So what I am about to say, if you're a Tennessee fan especially, you saw the thumbnail. The thumbnail is of your three stars who's not playing in this Orange Bowl for one reason or the other. Two for injury. One because he's going to the NFL. It's a business decision. I understand. I don't blame it. It may not be what us fans want, but I can understand. But I am going to read this, and for you Tennessee fans, before you get too angry, well, I'll read it first. I will read it first, and then I'll let you get ill for a second. So, about Tillman, Hooker, and Hyatt not playing, you need to understand that three of your playmakers not playing can't give a team the number one offense in college football. If your offense is that good, it's foundational. So that means that no matter if Hyatt, Hooker, and Tillman plays or not, they're just not that important. Three players just don't up and give you that. Folks, that was a message left on my board by a Tennessee fan. So you Tennessee Vol fans, you're getting mad. How dare that Clemson homer say blah, 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 blah. Because in a prior video, I said Tennessee's offense, their main players, is depleted. I also said in that same video that if Cade, Shipley, and Moffitt didn't play for us against Tennessee, we would be depleted. So what I said was a high football IQ. And okay, that's not even a high football IQ. I'm giving myself way too much credit there. Pause. That is just like the ABCs of football. Oh, your best players are playing? They're healthy? You got a good chance of competing. Oh, you're missing your best players? It's not looking too good. I did not say that Tennessee, that it's out of the realm of possibility that Tennessee can win this ball game. I did not say that. I'm just saying missing Hyatt, Tillman, and Hooker, it's not looking good. I also said that if Tennessee even barely lost the game, that Clemson should be on high alert. Their coaches should not be blown away by the Orange Bowl trophy. They should come back to Clemson, South Carolina, look at each other and go, we didn't even play their three best players. For one reason or the other. We didn't even play it, and we barely beat Tennessee. And God forbid Tennessee beats Clemson. So for any of you Tennessee fans who are reading it, I like Tennessee. I have no problem with Tennessee. I love that area of the country. I'd move there in a second. Smoky Mountains, East Tennessee. It's a beautiful area. There's a reason why it's one of the best places for homesteading. There's a reason why people love to go up there and get away. And then some like to go up there and just permanently get away. I being one of them. So this is, I don't have to explain myself with Tennessee. You either have a brain, or you're walking and you understand what I'm saying, or you're just overly nervous, Nelly, or you're touchy, or you're one of those people that, they complain about everything. Nothing is ever good enough. It's the reason HR departments exist today, to ensure that you don't sue the company and make them lose all their money. And I have no problem with Tennessee. Take Tennessee, take Clemson out of it, take all of us. Take all of our teams out of it and just make it a benign football team. You take their 3 best players out of the game, especially from one side of the ball. On that side of the ball, you're pretty much done. And I know the rebuttal to that. Well, you got to understand, Heupel does a really good. Heupel is fantastic. I said it yesterday. They need to make a bronze statue to that guy. That he did the turnaround as fast as he possibly can. Miraculous. You know, a lot of people wants to talk about Sonny Dykes, but being the coach of the year for TCU. Hey, what he did was fantastic first season. We know that he's been through a lot. He went out there and coached at Cal Berkeley. I don't even know why they have a football team anymore. It's too masculine. I would just, yeah. And then he goes to SMU, and it's SMU, y'all. And he did what he did, and hands up, and thumbs up to him. He did not take over the mess that Josh Heupel took over. Everything from the athletic department on down. I have never seen a team waste as much talent as that 2015 or 2016 team that Butch Jones had with Dobbs, and Alvin Kamara was on the team and they were barely using him. Pause there. I can't. You know me. I can't do a video without ranting a little bit about this. For all of you people who's out there going, I don't get why players want to transfer and just. Well, I don't want their seconds. I don't want some other team's seconds. You got to realize there's some coaches out there. They don't know what they're doing. They're being paid a lot of money because they can draw up some X's and O's here and there, but they really don't know what they're doing. Hence, Alvin Kamara sitting on the bench. Hence, Cade Klubnik sitting on the bench until University of North Carolina. Somebody said this to me, and I think they were trying to stir the pot and just poke at me, just see if they could get me irritated. Otherwise, if it's someone else, I would have got irritated. But I know this person was just picking at me. They said, how do you know that Cade's not Willie Simmons? You remember Willie Simmons came in against North Carolina many, many years ago, had a jam-up game, and then never panned out at Clemson. How do we know that? And I said, well, the difference is Cade is a 5-star phenom. It never lost a high school game at one of the highest, if not the highest level of high school football. What, 3 state championships in a row? And Willie Simmons didn't even come close to that. No knock to Willie. He's a coach somewhere right now. He's making more money than all of us. You don't need to feel sorry for Willie. Willie could care less what I think about him. He's coaching. He's making money. He's in good shape. But that's the difference. Because Cade sat on the bench. Alvin Kamara sat on the bench. They should have listened to me. That team right there was wasted talent, beyond wasted. Barnett on the line, good grief. Trust me, I watched a lot of their games. My brother-in-law is a UT grad. We watched a lot of games together. We're not even talking trash this game. We both are looking at our teams going, hey, there's good things here, there's bad things here. We're going to watch the game together. It's going to be fun. But Tennessee should honor Josh Heupel. With that said, Josh Heupel is missing. The reason that he had the turnaround that he had, those 3, they're not playing. There's a reason, and for anybody else who's wanting to go, well, there's talent. Yeah, sure, there's talent. There's talent there. I believe Heupel, unlike other coaches, actually started his talent. And there's a reason that I know Tillman, Hooker, and Hyatt, and whoever you're talking about, Squirrel White? Squirrel White's great name, wonderful name. Sounds like somebody that would be on Davy Crockett, the old Davy Crockett. Fantastic name. But other than that, there's a reason that I know those 3 players' names, and I don't know the other guys' names. B-Bean, to answer you, no, I really don't believe that Tennessee's better than Clemson. No. The talent overall Clemson has more talent than they do. Now, whether the coaching staff wants to utilize it, no. Is Tennessee, have they had an amazing season? Have they climbed the mountain a lot quicker than most people thought? Yeah, absolutely. Most alumni who's telling the truth to themselves will go, wow, this is great. This is great. But especially with Hyatt and Tillman, and I know Tillman. I know Tillman has been hurt off and on. But you have to respect him while he's out there. I know Brew McCoy is playing. Forgive me, I did not mention Brew. But you're missing two massive playmakers, including your quarterback. And you want to say that just because the foundation is there, folks, that does not make sense. What that really says to them is that they're not that important. It says, Hyatt, it doesn't matter. Go off to the NFL. We've got such a good system here. What we'll do is we'll just replace you with somebody sitting on the bench. Boy, that's a message to send to a team. That's a message. That's a message to convey. Yeah, our system is so good, it really doesn't matter who plays for us. We all know that's bullcrap. We all know that's bullcrap. And some of you sitting here, you could probably say, well, Brian, or not Bobby, or whatever you want to call me. I answer to most things, even if they're bad. Well, that's just one person who said that. Brian, I would expect you to be a little more logical than to respond to one person. I have received other comments that has that mentality. I don't believe that Tennessee is going to lay down and die. I don't believe that Clemson is just going to come in here and just steamroll them. My last video said this. Clemson has already lost. No matter if they win the game. The only way that Clemson will get any respect for this win in the Orange Bowl, because those players are out, because you're not playing Hendon Hooker, who is in a headache on the field. Jalen Hyatt, one of the most electrifying wide receivers in the country. By the way, Will Muschamp told him he needed to eat more peanut butter sandwiches. Jalen Hyatt is from Columbia, South Carolina. Could have been a Gamecock. Muschamp did not recruit him because he said he was undersized. Well, he worked for Tennessee, and he'll be playing on Sundays, and he'll be tearing it up. Yet again, another person who has a lot of respect in the college ranks that has time and time proved that they can't lead a football team. And a lot of their defenses was not that great. I don't care if Saban did say he was a great mind. The truth is, I don't care if you can give me an in-depth analysis or procedure or strategy on why you do what you do. My question is, what's the flipping outcome? You look smart and stuff, and you're arrogant and stuff, and you're bold, and how dare anybody question me? What was the outcome, man? Good grief, what was the outcome? But then again, you got to give it. You got to give it to Muschamp. He has two schools that's still paying him money. I think Florida's still paying him. So, yeah, maybe he is smart. Yeah, maybe he's brilliant at that. I mean, I just think that's an insult to look at 3 star players, not 3 stars, but 3 individual star players and go, I mean, yeah, we're going to miss them, but the reason our offense was so great wasn't because of them. It was because our foundation is so good. Good luck on that. You can ask Clemson about offensive performance and their foundation. Yeah, it matters who's taking the snap. It matters who's taking the snap and can extend the play. Hendon Hooker extended plays like he could extend a play, then he could stand in the pocket. Do you realize just because a guy stands in the pocket and takes a hit does not mean that he can actually adequately throw the football well? He might get drilled, get his head knocked off his shoulders, and throw a bad pass. It gets tipped and picked. Well, he took the hit. Yep, pick six. Hendon Hooker did it time and time again. Folks, I've watched a lot. For some of you Tennessee fans who thinks I've barely seen Tennessee play, I'm just going to go ahead and make this very, very bold statement. You are wrong. I've watched Tennessee play almost every game from beginning to end. Almost every game this season. Why? Because my brother-in-law graduated the University of Tennessee. We talk about football. University of Tennessee is only 3 hours from where I live. So it's not like I'm watching, say, Florida State, who's over 6 hours from where I live. It's not like me watching Oklahoma or Miami or Alabama. Alabama is 6+ hours from where I live. Tuscaloosa. We're talking 3 hours. I could hop in my car right now, and it's 7:05 right now, Eastern Standard, and I could drive up. I could be up there by 10 o'clock tonight. I would like to be up there right now eating at Ye Old Steakhouse. I don't know if it's open right now. No, B-Bean, I have not been to a game in Knoxville. I do want to get up there. In fact, I was talking about that with my brother-in-law again. Go through here and say hello to a few people. I'm going to start closing this sucker down. You know, it always takes me 20 minutes to shut up. Clemson Carson here. Good to see you. Tyler's in here. One of the Henderson sisters has graced my presence. Well, Parker Henderson, it's good to see you. He and his brother are a couple of good, sweet broads. I love picking at them. Hunter Goatfro, it's good to see you, buddy. You said you live in Tennessee. It's beautiful. Yeah, it's beautiful. I really like it. I even want to try to get up there right before Christmas. I was hoping it was going to snow. If it would have snowed, hey, even if it still snows and I find out about it, I might try to make it up there just to ride through and drive back. Yes, I would do that much driving just to see it. The Savage Cardinals in here. We got Grafnar. Hey, Brian, Mom went to Tennessee and Dad went to Clemson. Prayers appreciated. If it weren't for a home in the 70s, I'd be 2 years old. Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. Got B-Bean in here. RR. Danny D-Rock Mahaffey, what is up, my friend? B-Bean wants to know why, and Bobby Durkins has taken a break for a little while. All the irritation with the coaching and all this bunch of stuff, it took its toll on him. B-Bean wants to know, why does the real Bobby Durkins not Bobby Durkins? Well, it's simple. I'm not a redneck, and he doesn't like anybody not a redneck. And he sees me as less than. So, I mean, I just have to deal with it. You know, I'm more mature than he is. I am definitely more intelligent than he is. And my commentary is way better than Bobby Durkins. That idiot. What an idiot. All right, closing down here. Any team who can look at their players and say, yeah, we're going to miss them, but our game plan is so good. I quote this a lot. I think I quoted it in the last video I did. Dwight Eisenhower said, plans are nothing, planning is everything. What does that mean? Now, I've worked in the corporate world, small company, massive company. And I've been involved with different projects just in my personal life, you know, maybe helping out an organization or whatever. And what I found is that people will make a plan. And once they make a plan, they say, this is the plan, this is what we're going to do. And then even if the whole house is burning down, we stick to that plan. Eisenhower, who directed one of the greatest military works in the history of modern history, and probably in history period, said plans are nothing, planning is everything. What does that mean? You're consistently looking at your progress. Progress. Pause right there. Just sit with me. If you hadn't heard another word that I've said up to this, by the way, I have 40 people in here and 10 thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. It's free. It helps out. Eisenhower owed a lot of success to George Patton. I kind of wish George Patton would have been allowed to go ahead and cross on over and do his thing, because I think the world would be a different place right now. But he didn't, and it's not, and we're reaping the repercussions of it, right? But I know so many coaches, I know so many business owners, they get this God syndrome. And they make the plan. They say, this is the plan. And they forget, listen to me, that the plan's supposed to end up with you attaining your goal. That's what a plan's supposed to do. The goal is not the plan. The plan is a goal. I had to write research papers in grad school on procedures, strategies, and why do you have a strategy? Why do you have a strategy? You just create a strategy. Man, we got a strategy. Where is that strategy taking you? Where is that game plan taking you? Where? For the love of Sam Hill, whoever that is, I need to look up the origins of that statement. If you're supposed to build a house and the plan is to build the house, but it's out of order, and all of a sudden you've got this majestic roof built, but it's sitting directly on top of the foundation of the home. There's no walls. There's no sheetrock. There's no OSB. There's no plumbing. There's no nothing. But you go, man, I'm telling you, our plan. Plan is, went according to the plan. Went good. Followed the plan. It doesn't make sense. I think I had a stroke. It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. I do go back and watch some of this just to hear how my mics and stuff sound, and I do make fun of myself. There's some great banter in here I'm going to get to in just a second. Some great comments. Fantastic comments, by the way. I see it. But you know me, I get on a rant, and if I don't finish the thought, I'll never finish the thought. But my focus and my point here is that too many coaches, too many business leaders, too many politicians, which I wouldn't trust them with a dying goldfish, the majority of them, the vast, vast majority of them. They tell you, we're right on plan. And it's like, well, then why is the neighborhood, I need some pills. I don't know what they are, but I need to call the doctor and just say, I need something. We're according to plan. Everything's going good. Why is the neighborhood burnt down? How dare you? I'm smarter than you. Where'd you graduate from? You know how much money I have? Have you ever built a neighborhood? Well, no, but you just burn this one down. Go away. That's like when people argue with me about Jeff Scott. I've had people tell me, well, you realize Jeff Scott wasn't. He wasn't calling the plays. Folks, I don't care if Jeff Scott was bringing some type of magical dust that he would starch into the underwear of Dabo Swinney and everybody else. Whatever that man did worked, and when he left, it left with him. Go put that on your Tiger forums. Who wants to argue about him? I made the same statement about Joe Brady at LSU, and people told me, very vehemently told me, said, well, you realize Ensminger was calling the plays. Yeah, yep, I do. Ensminger was calling the plays the year before LSU won the national championship, and Joe Burrow was just an okay quarterback. They had a lot of that talent there then. Lost to Bama 30-0. Do you remember that? I remember it. Do you remember it? Don't forget stuff. Don't forget stuff just for the heck of it. Just so you can make your point and live in another world. The next season, Joe Brady comes there for 1 year. Came from the Saints, went there. 1 year. Joe Burrow was setting records, won the Heisman, won the national championship. And Ensminger was there the next year. Sometimes I say stuff just to make a point, and I don't want to come off just crass and terrible. But I want to be very, very, God help me. I don't care if Joe Brady, all he did was fart in the faces of the players before they walked out onto the field. His farts worked. When he was there, when he was not there. I don't care if Jeff Scott or Joe Brady read nursery rhymes individually to every one of the players before the games. If that's what got them fired up and they played, made them go out there and play optimal football, that is right, Parker Henderson. Joe Brady keeps mason jars of farts for every game in their lockers. And you know what? I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. I would not be shocked if Jeff Scott was the one who was sitting over in the corner, and if they were about to make a dumb play call, he would just kind of go, Jeff, are you okay? Jeff, Jeff, are you feeling okay? We're about to call this play. And they didn't. I don't care if that's what he did, folks. I am blown away by how people will try to explain away the difference that one individual can make. And I have Tennessee fans telling me, not all of them, not going to overgeneralize you, that three of your most important players, two who just had historical play for you at Tennessee, turned everything around. Turn it around. Kudos to Heupel. Yeah, they're not playing, but you know what? It's more of a coaching thing. We've got the foundation. Hey, even if you do beat Clemson, listen to me, even if you do beat Clemson, that's a pretty crappy thing to say to those three guys who took your program that until they had this year, the only thing that you had to be able, or you would be able to talk about. Sorry, when you see me lose it like that, I start reading the comment section. I got to stop doing that. But the only thing that, until this season, Tennessee fans had to talk about was T. Martin and Peyton Manning. That's it. Or gripe about all the talent that Butch Jones wasted. That was it. I'm not being a jerk. or how much you hate Lane Kiffin. You haven't had nothing to talk about. And it's because two of those guys were just absolutely balling. I know Tillman, he had his problems throughout the year, so you could say, all right, just, all right, we'll call that a neutral. We'll take Tillman off the table. Hyatt and Hooker? Have you lost so much that you forgot how to even evaluate what is good talent and what is important? By your thinking, you could throw me into pads and a jersey, and I could go play for Tennessee, and you would get the same results out of me as you would Hyatt. Does not make sense. And I can go ahead and tell you, I'm not a bad athlete. I'm not in bad shape, but I'm not Jalen Hyatt. I'd get my head ripped off my shoulders. And I'm just so sick and tired. I'm just so sick and tired of hearing people just act like you can just replace these guys. They're replaceable. No, they're not. No, they are not. And coaches, I don't care if they didn't call the plays. When they leave and everything goes down, they were doing something that worked. We'll go through and address a couple of comments. If I miss some of yours, please forgive me. Pack-a-lack, I'll check back. I think you lose and the fan base erupt in fury. It will be fire everybody. A good old Gamecock fan for you. I will tell you this: if we lose to Tennessee and they're missing these three players, somebody should answer. They should. They should definitely answer. Because Tennessee is missing a lot. That's not a disrespect to Tennessee. That's looking at Clemson saying, you still got a lot of your talent out on the field. In fact, you've got, but once again, not saying that they cannot, that Tennessee can't win this game. I'm just saying missing these players, it's, my goodness. Adam Harrison. This Bobby Durkins guy looks just like you. I've been told that. I have been told that on a couple of occasions. I'm definitely better looking. And I don't have that wild look in my eyes like he gets. Yeah, I can't even do it. I wished I could. Whatever happened to Patton? I think they try to hide Patton as much as possible. They try to hide him because he had some different theories that some people didn't like. But tell you this, we had guys like him in the military right now. Well, he'd be fired, but our enemies would think twice. Anyway, another deal. Andy D. Rock Mahaffey, Brian would love to see you go to Rumble and do a geopolitical type of channel. Just to be quite honest with you, I've thought about doing that, but I don't know if I have the support to be able to replace if I were to be fired by my job. I'm just going to be blunt with you. I work for a great place, but you know how companies work. Companies fire people just for sharing opinions that HR doesn't like. And though I believe my opinions are really, really solid and, it wouldn't be crazy and out there. Just the idea to say that a man is a man and a woman is a woman, that's now some type of fireable offense. And I just don't want to put my family through it. And I'm just being honest with you. You said that, but I've definitely thought about that. So thank you, though. Sam Hill is an American English slang phrase, a euphemism or minced oath for the devil or hell personified. What in the Sam Hill is that? Thank you, BB. Appreciate it. Adam Harrison said, it's almost like you live in the same house, have the same background. I know. I heard Jeff Scott used to call on the passing plays. Also, it's not a coincidence how our wide receivers have regressed ever since. You're right, Clemson, Carson. They don't fight for the ball. They do not fight for the ball. Why don't they get Jeff Scott back, James Thompson? I have heard that right now he doesn't want to come back. At this point, there's just other things that he's working on, and I don't blame him. I mean, he failed miserably at South Florida, but between you and I don't blame Jeff Scott for that. I don't think that was his fault, even though he was a head coach. There's some coaches, they go into situations it does not make sense. Scott Frost, I think Scott Frost is a really good coach. I say really good. I think he's a solid coach. Nebraska is just that much of a crapshoot. It'll be interesting to see Matt Rule do what he does. I know that right now all the kids are flocking to Boulder, Colorado to play for Deion. But they'll be flocking from there to Florida State when they get rid of Norville and they hire Deion Sanders and bring him home. Go ahead. I'm giving you a prophecy for later on. Deion Sanders will coach the Florida State Seminoles. Very soon. Very soon. I say very soon. I believe in the next 2-3 years. Maybe stretch it out to 5. But Deion, this is the whole plan. Whole plan. He'll go out there, he'll get them to win, and Florida State will get jealous and say, look what he's doing with one of the whitest schools in the world. He left a HBCU to go one of the whitest schools in the world. And, I mean, who wouldn't want to live in Boulder over Jackson, Mississippi? And then he's going to come home to Tallahassee and complete the circle. I'm telling you, it's happening. That's going to happen. But, you know, everybody's flocking out there. Let me see. I've missed some of these. Yeah, Clemson Carson said, I don't care if you bring Scott back as a backup water boy. Just get him back. Yeah. Let's see. Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde scenario. Yeah, somebody said that to me before. They left Patton in Luxembourg. Huh. I had to look that. Now I'm going to have to look it up. Hope it's a good game. I hope my Vols win, but I'm worried about the quarterback we put in because Milton hasn't shown he can be a world beater. That's the thing with Milton. Milton is a freak athlete. He's massive. I mean, he's a massive guy. He can run. He can throw. But the problem with him, he's like a Ferrari that can go from 0 to 60 in like 1.8 seconds. But the problem is there's no touch. There's no slowing down in the curve. So imagine trying to take that same Ferrari through a curvy mountain and suddenly it just goes from 0 to 60. There's no slowing down. It's only 0 to 60 plus. That's what Milton is. Milton will throw the ball 100 miles per hour on a 5-yard route. I mean, that's the problem with Milton. He is a freak athlete. And it's just like if somebody if Elon Musk could go ahead and put one of those chips in the back of Milton's head and dial it in a little bit, I'm just going to tell you, man, it would I think it would change a lot of things. But yeah, Milton is definitely a question. It's not that he's a good athlete. It's that he does not know how to control his freakish athleticism. So, you know. Oh, man, go start going this down. Patton's grave in Luxembourg. He was buried at the head of the army facing the troops. Some people believe it was on purpose because he was so outspoken the leadership was afraid of being exposed, so they had to kill him. I would never believe that our government would ever kill anybody like that or a president and then cover it up. How dare you? Brian, you think Bobby would go to Rumble? I don't think he has a job or family. He does have a job. He's a feline control agent for the county. He's supervisor. I mean, my Lord. Even I know that. And yes, I picked my nose on here. It was itching. I say picking. It was scratching. It looked like a pig. It's like the Seinfeld episode where he met that woman on the plane. And then the next episode, he pulls up to a red light. She's sitting in another car. And he's in a taxi. And he's scratching his nose. He's doing this. But from the side, it looks like he's picking it. And she's like disgusted and breaks up with him. That's what I always think. Yes. Patton wanted to drive the Russians all the way back. He knew he could do it too. He knew he could do it. I have heard that story multiple times. And yes, yes, that was a JFK reference. Babylon B, even if you disagree with me politically, and you probably have a pretty good idea of where I lean, although I am and I'm not trying to admit, I don't believe in meeting in the middle. I think that's the dumbest thing in the world because you can always move the middle. You know what I'm saying? You can always move the middle. And then before you know it, what was correct, well, you're way off because you're worried about the middle. I just worry about what's correct. So I'm very critical of even a lot of the sides that I would normally vote on. Okay. So I'll try to leave it like that because I know some of you are like, hey man, don't want to hear about politics. Trust me, I get tired of turning on ESPN and having to see it. Can't watch a football game without them acting like we're all in this, just like so many people are so oppressed and this, that, and the other. It's like, oh my God, just please quit. Please quit. The world was so bad you couldn't even hold or the country was so bad you couldn't even hold a football game right now. So chill the heck out. But I kind of lost what I was saying there. Check out the Babylon Bee if you have not watched the Babylon Bee, because the Babylon Bee did a great post yesterday. It's satire, folks, but unfortunately, a lot of their satire is almost like real life. It said the FBI or CIA, I can't remember, released all the documents on the JFK assassination except for the part where they killed him. Yes, Hunter Goatthroat, the Babylon Bee is absolutely hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. You can't help it. Danny D. Rock Mahaffey, I don't know. I don't know how much more money is going to be shipped over there. And I have listen to this. I go to church at a place. And I'm very close to our youth pastor. And his family, they are still, he grew up in Ukraine. He's an American. He grew up in Ukraine. And his dad is still there as a missionary. I mean, it's many years down the road. And he goes back and forth. He said, I love Ukraine. I grew up there. But he warned me before this conflict ever kicked up. He said, Zelensky can't be trusted. He said, I just hate it for the really good people of Ukraine that their government is this off base and they're going to pay for it. Putin's terrible, but Zelensky is very, very, I would not be shocked if a lot of this money that's been sent over there doesn't go to help those poor Ukrainian people. It goes to help Zelensky and his buddies. But okay, I said too much there. Milton just isn't efficient or inconsistent. Just isn't efficient or consistent like Hendon Hooker. That's why our offense works so well. Your Klubnik looked good against North Carolina. Yeah, he looked good. And there's some people in the Clemson community who still buys the lie that was that he was not that good the rest of the season. I still can't believe that they lied about it. That the Clemson coaching staff allowed things to be leaked out that Cade was just not playing well in practice. He was throwing interceptions, and that's the reason DJ is out there. You lied about a 5-star that we had no business getting. We had no business getting him, especially after last season. He could have decommitted, went somewhere else, played probably this year, that says a lot more about Cade Klubnik and his character, that he would hang in there and he would stick around. Not that just that he was sitting there, but that the Clemson coaching staff would allow crap to be leaked out. That he was just not good enough, and that's the reason why. And that's exactly what happened, folks. I did not say that Swinney came out there and said, Cade just ain't playing good. Nope, he never did that. But you and I both know the little things that were leaking out during practice. Halo Master comes in and says something really, really wow. I'm not even going to repeat that. Hunter Goatfro says the guys on defense said during fall camp, Cade was leading quick touchdown drives and throwing darts. Yeah, I have heard. I will not call his name because you have to understand sometimes when you call certain people's name, they want you to say it because they can start a little fight with you. You know what I'm saying? And they like that stuff. They do it. But one of the major media members of Clemson football, of just Clemson athletics, said that Cade was not progressing well and that he was throwing interceptions. And this is a person that has the ear of everybody. He did that on purpose. If you message me privately, I'll tell you who it is. But I'm not going to do it on here. Let's see. Yeah, Derek Green. Cade, it seems to be a genuine young man. B Bean says, are you implied that Dabo was dishonest with us? Yes. Or he was dishonest. Let's put it this way. When you walk out there and you see Cade lead the drive like he did against Georgia Tech, first collegiate drive ever, and scored a touchdown in a blink of an eye. And then from that point on, except for when he had to take over in the Syracuse game and ensure we didn't lose that game. You remember that? Yeah, I remember it. Other than those two times, he was also always going out with second team, and they were calling some of the crappiest plays in the world. That was on purpose, folks. That was to keep the heat off of DJ. And if they were going to start DJ, they should have called plays. I've said this 100 times. DJ is not a bad quarterback. He was in the wrong system. They should have changed the system to complement what he does well, and they would not do it. But they'd sit Cade over there on the bench. I point over there like the bench is right here. That would be crazy. Let me see. Clemson Carson, you're right. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Cade is a very special talent. I hope we don't waste it. Yeah, I hope we don't waste it either. Parker said they kept the system for Cade. That's totally fine with me if they did that. And you and I have talked about this a lot. Me and Parker and Chase, we can be really straightforward with each other. And which we basically agree on everything. So this is not like me disagreeing with him whatsoever. You're right. You're 100% right. They kept the system for Cade. The question is, why didn't they put Cade out there? You know what I'm saying? Why? We're going to keep this system around for Cade. Really? All right. But the guy you've got in there right there, why don't you just take him out and put Cade out there? No. Because we're trying to take care of him. The system for Cade does not work for him. Well, we're keeping the system for Cade. It's just like this circular logic and all that bunch of bull crap. Danny D. Rock Mahaffey wants to know if I can donate to my channel with central bank and digital currency kicks in. You absolutely can. I agree. I think DJ would succeed in the Pac-12. Yeah, snap the ball, turn, and throw it. Yeah. When Hunter, let me see. Hunter Godfrey says we need to quit recruiting pocket passers. System is built for mobile quarterbacks. You're 100% right. By the way, has anybody seen where Grayson McCall is ending up? I did hear that he canceled his trip to Auburn. That's interesting. Grayson McCall cancels his trip to Auburn. By the way, folks, just want to let you know this. Have 61 people in here. Thank you all for joining me. I don't know if you're driving home and you're listening to me. Maybe you've had dinner, you're listening to me. I appreciate everyone who's here, everyone who's commented. Hit the thumbs up if you hadn't already. It's free. If you hadn't subscribed already, this channel has grown really, really fast. Now, I know there's channels out there who has millions and millions of I'm not comparing myself to them because, A, I'm not like a 25-year-old girl basically topless on here. Of course, she's going to get a bunch of subscriptions. And I didn't start in 2005, so I don't have a bunch of subscriptions like that. But I appreciate each and every person who has subscribed to this channel because to me, this is like free therapy for all of us. You know what I'm saying? This is free therapy for all of us. If you do want to donate to the channel, there's a link below. You can click on it. It'll take you to a page. It'll be the Bobby Durkins page. I know, don't tell him I'm using that. But if you'll go to that page, you can click in. You can donate as little as $1. Right now, you can't directly donate to this channel because I don't have 1,000 subscribers, even though I'm very close. But between you and I'd rather you use that link if you're going to give your hard-earned money to try to support my channel, because YouTube takes about 30 to 35% of every dollar you give. I'll keep it on so you can do that if you want to, if it's easier for you. But just between you and I'd rather you give through the other channel because I mean, you're giving to me, you're not giving to YouTube. So that's kind of how I look at it. Also, a buddy of mine, he makes these wonderful signs. This is the only one in existence of this size. The Sawmill Shop. Yes, you can check out the Sawmill Shop. Links there. He has, I think this is 6 inches, something like that. 6-inch cutout. He actually has some smaller ones. Also, if your wife loves really nice, you just go to his website. I'm not even going to say that. Also, some great rustic signs. He's made some. I have a bunch of these over here. Lake Joe Cassie. I don't know if he's still selling these, but Lake Joe Cassie in upstate of South Carolina, one of the most beautiful areas around here. I mean, it's just wonderful things that he's made me. Blue Ridge Parkway, and there's so many other things. It's just not National Park driven, but go check that out as well and let him know that that I sent you. Yeah, I really, really do appreciate that. Hello, Master 96 said subscribe. Thank you very much. I can tell this is going to be definitely some questionable comments from you, but I'm glad you're here because I've read your other comments. But you're Durkins. You follow Durkins as well. Let's go on. I can smell dinner is ready downstairs. I even have been called up for dinner, and I've kept going. So I'm going to go there in just a second. Midlands Directory said, "Thank you for not being topless." You're welcome. What am I having for dinner? I have absolutely no clue, but whatever it is, it smells really good. By the way, my wife is part Sicilian and she can cook the real stuff. Like the real recipes. So just telling you, yeah, when I eat Italian food, it's amazing. Jacob Bookout says I'm gay. Wow. Okay, and then says, "What's up?" Hey, Jacob. That was, wow. Okay. Jonathan Benton, who is better than who now? I don't know. Yes, he said that it's been held for review, and I can see that it's held for review. Sounds like the system didn't fit DJ, but it is proven Cade fits the system. DJ's family must have gave some big donations to university or something. Let's see. I don't think there was a donor who demanded DJ be on the field and has something to do with DJ's 2020 helmet sticker. Huh. I don't know. No, he said that. Yeah, he did. Could you imagine a Bobby and Brian mashup? I know I'm crazy. I know I keep telling you this. I'm not just saying this. I will be interviewing Bobby Durkins. I'm working on it. Every time I try to talk to him, he wants to fight with whittling knives and crap like that. And I'm just like, dude, man, come on. And he sent me over a case of beer one day. And I thought that was very nice of him. I mean, it's not my type of beer. I don't drink Bud Light, which is the water of beer. I mean, good grief. And come to find out it was stale. So he was taking a shot at me. And yeah. Carolina Jackpot still thinks Bobby is real. Are you serious? I mean, he is real. B-Bean said, how is that physically possible? Well, we're different people. That's how it's possible, B-Bean. Or he thought he could fix DJ. They're talking about, Rex says this, either A, Dabo couldn't admit DJ is not good in his system, or B, Dabo was blind. I think he was trying to help him. I really do. But, sometimes you have to realize that you're not helping someone by sending them out there to be scrutinized, especially when you have someone who can fix the problem on the bench. You're not helping him. You're not helping him. I think one of the greatest things that could have ever been done was someone look at Kelly Bryant and say, we want you here at Clemson. We don't want you here as a quarterback. You're a great athlete. We can get you in the big leagues playing quarterback. But instead of going out and doing this whole thing in Missouri, stay here, catch the football, and go into the NFL as a third or fourth round pick as an athlete and work your way up in the leagues. I mean, I saw Felipe Franks, quarterback that was at Florida, and then Arkansas, he's playing tight end in the big leagues. Is that still going on? I saw some player yesterday, which I cannot stand NFL, but my oldest, he watches NFL, so I just know stuff from him just because he talks about it all the time. Who would think that my kid will talk about football all the time? Anyway, he does, and he has some great comments right now. I'm sorry, y'all. And I got to shut up. Remember when I said I was going to wrap this up and it was at 24 minutes? Now I'm at an hour. But I saw some player yesterday that played a totally different position, but he's playing on Sundays, y'all. Making a lot of money. I mean, Uncle Glue called DJ the champion of the underwear Olympics. Looks great, but can't perform in game. Oh, my goodness. All right, I am ending with this one. Parker Henderson says, the non-compete is coming. Now, let me explain what this is. He and I were texting the other day. And Parker said the non-compete is coming to where if a college football player signs with Clemson or with any other school, but we mostly talk about Clemson, that he believes that Swinney is going to work up a contract that says that you can't leave or leave for a certain amount of time. That if you play there, you play there. Now, we must remember that Coach K tried this when the NBA started doing the one and done thing, which I think that's still one of the most terrible things I've ever seen. It's ridiculous. And then Coach K, after he kept losing players, he just finally got with the time and said, you know what? I enjoy winning championships. It's That remember, the goal is to win championships. The goal is not for me to be right. Or let me phrase it, you're not even right if you're winning championships. You're obviously wrong. The goal is to be right, which is winning championships. The goal is not to pad my ego. But Parker made a great point that he believes that is going to come. Now, he was not saying that he believes it should be that way. But he says he believes that a non-compete is coming with not only Clemson, but he believes other schools will try to implement it as well. I do agree, James Thompson, and we talked about this the other day, and we're talking about this now. I believe it'll work against us as well. I believe that you think that you're missing out on some players for this, that, and the other reason. You know, IMG is basically laundering players everywhere. And hey, if you want to play that game, hey, let's go for it. If you want to play that game, go ahead. Go ahead and play the IMG game. Okay, go ahead. But the point is, don't be surprised in 4 or 5 years when there are players trying to sue schools for NIL deficiencies, for not holding up to their end of the deal. Don't be shocked. Don't be shocked. The non-compete is because the NIL madness. Yep. It's yeah. Mr. You Mad Bra is in here, one of the very first Bobby Durkins followers. I'm surprised you're over here. I won't tell Bobby that you're here. I won't tell him. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you. If Bobby was to find out that you were here, he'd be hurt. He'd be hurt. Other people, he just want to meet them in a Walmart parking lot, bowl his tires off, and fight them. But he'd be hurt. Tiger Nation, I mean, the OGs, is that? Hold on, it's about 8 o'clock. Is this when the OGs start coming in? Tiger Nation in here. Tiger Nation is in here. Hey, Tiger Nation, text me your mailing address. Just don't put it in here. Text me your mailing address. I meant to text you, but yeah, you got Tiger Nation in here, Wrecked in here. We got the OGs in here. Taco Gaming 75. What's good? Tell you what's good. Christmas time's a coming. Christmas time's a coming. I just got a copyright strike for singing that a little bit. I'm not kidding. They probably did it. As Durkins, I did a joke about I did a joke and sang a little bit of Friends in Low Places, and I got a copyright strike. I'm not kidding. I mean, I just did it off the cuff. Yeah. Parker Henderson wanted Tiger Nation to throw his mailing address here, and because he was going to go TP his house. I'm sorry I ruined it. Here's a good thing. When Tiger Nation texts me, which my phone is over there on my desk, I can't see it right now. I can always text it to you, and then you and Chase can go down, or y'all live in the Atlanta, South Atlanta area. I say what Chase does. You live in the Atlanta area. I'll keep it broad, Metro Atlanta area. But you can drive up to the almost North Carolina line of South Carolina, and you can TP Tiger Nation's house. Just make sure it's not used. Yeah, and he said don't use the cheap stuff. Good guy. One Jugman said Joe Ngata was supposed to be him. You know what? I'm trying to figure out what's going on with Ngata. There was a part of me that would not be shocked if he just at the last minute said, you know what? that Joe Ngata, I would not be shocked if he went to the transfer portal. Like he was just laying in bed one night and he was just saying, you know what, I just don't want to be here anymore. I wouldn't blame him for that. Too much stuff has went on. Jacob Bookout, listen to me. Jacob Bookout clarified, and I was joking when I said you were gay because you said Tennessee was better than Clemson. Not true. I get it. Totally get it. At first, it kind of shocked me because I don't think you and I have ever spoke before, or if we have, I'm so sorry. I do get a lot of messages, but I get what you're saying. Okay. You would also be surprised at some stuff that is seriously said to me that I don't even feel comfortable repeating behind closed doors to my wife. I mean, some really bad stuff. Good, playing around. Good. Glad you're here. Hope you're subscribed. So no offense taken. Nobody jump on him for that whatsoever. Yes, dinner is getting cold. He meant gay happy. Yes, Jonathan Benton. That's exactly what he meant. Dinner is getting cold, and I'll guarantee you they're watching some Christmas movie right now that I actually want to watch with them. Just subbed. Thank you, Jacob. Well, Christmas is ruined, Parker Henderson? You can't do that. You can't say that. It's like when Michael Scott canceled Christmas because Carol wouldn't run off with him to Sandals, Jamaica. Not yet. I'm not even going there, man. I'll get a strike. I'm not going there, Parker. I am not going there, man. Oh, my God. All right, folks, if you will pass this along to any forums that you're part of, I can't even look. I cannot. I can't even look at these comments anymore. I can't even look at them, man. You guys are hilarious. Every flipping one of you, even if you hate my guts, are hilarious. I've had some people who hated me as Durkins. I mean, well, me and Bobby's not real, or not the same person. And then we became, when I say friends, we became friendly, on YouTube. We're just having fun. Actually, Alabama is my fave, so I can't be talking. Hey, let me tell you right now, do not be surprised if Nick Saban wins one next year. My only thing is, will he shut it down after that? If he were to win a national championship, I mean, he's getting old, if he would just be like, yeah. Well, we will see. So thank you for subbing. Look, this is going to be an interesting game. I don't believe that Clemson has this game in the hat, but missing 3 of your top players, especially 2 of them who has produced so much. The truth is, I think that is an insult to them, no matter if they're from Clemson or Tennessee or Bama or, the University of the Red Hat Ladies. I don't care. The truth is that missing those players is a big deal. It's a big deal. And to say anything is just completely credited to a system, I think is one of those people who follows the plan, even if the plan's not working, they never revisit it and tweak it. Parker Anderson says he thinks 38-14 Clemson. Had other people throw in some other scores, some really, really high scores. Believe Clemson is going to just run away with this thing. I'm not going to give a prediction. There's a lot more time left. We're 11 days away from the big game, and I'll go into it. I'll throw in some thoughts leading up to that because I want to make sure there's no injuries. I'll give my prediction the very, very last second at dealing with that, But anyway, I'm going to let y'all go. Thank you so much for joining me. Share this with anyone. If you're on a forum, if you're on a sports forum, you're on a college forum, if you're on a Clemson forum, share these videos because I'm going to tell you why, and I'm going to leave it at this. And I promise I'm going to go downstairs and eat. My wife spent the time to cook it. She's a great cook, and I want to spend time with my family. I just want to say this. There are a lot of people who are out there who sports is their job. They can't tell the truth. They can't tell the complete and total truth because if they do, they won't have the special access to the coaches. They won't have special access on media day. They will ensure people will ensure that their interaction with the coaches, with the players, and so on will be lessened to where their companies who hire them or they contract for them can't go and sit at the practice anymore and watch them just because they told the truth. Well, folks, for me, this is just something I do for fun. This is just something that I do for the heck of it, for just chilling, talking to people like myself. Even if you hate my team and you hate me, you come in and you say, you know what, that guy tells the truth. I may not always like it, but over time I found out the guy tells the truth. You need to understand that we need more people out there telling the truth. We need more people I can turn this on and I can tell you, I don't believe that Dabo Swinney's a bad guy. I don't believe that he's a horrible guy, but I do believe he's lost his way. I don't believe that he's the same competitor that he was back in 2016. I don't believe it. He'd get offended. He'd get upset. But it's the truth. 2016, Dabo Swinney would not be happy to be playing in the Orange Bowl this week or next week. He wouldn't. Remember when we won the ACC championship for the first time, went to the Orange Bowl? He calmed down the Clemson. I remind you all of this. He calmed down the Clemson community. He said, whoa, I know you're excited, but realize this is not the goal. Winning championships and being a championship program year in and year out, that is the goal. Does that sound like what we're hearing now? No. Once again, I want it to be very clear. I don't see him as an enemy. I have a lot of respect for him. I'm not getting on here just to talk trash about a man who's had a lot of success, but I will tell you this, something is not right. Something is not right. Maybe it's a personal problem. Maybe there's some issues that nobody knows about. But my point in saying all of this is that he's not coaching the same that he used to coach. And we need guys like me and others out there who are not only questioning things to question it. If everything's fine, don't question it. Don't question it to question it. Don't fix something that's not broken. But if it's broken, we need to fix it. And we need to question and be persistent on the things that we see that doesn't line up. And that's why I do this. I enjoy it. I enjoy talking college football. But at the end of the day, it's 18 to 22-year-old guys playing a game. They wouldn't know you and I from Adam. They could care less about us. The coaching staff could definitely care. Most of them could care less about us. They just want us to keep paying outrageous ticket prices, paying expensive jersey prices, T-shirts, memorabilia, keep our mouth shut, except for when they want us to scream loud on third down when our defense is on the field. And unfortunately, that's not how being a fan works. When you're a fan, you're passionate about your team. You care about your team. And unless you want us to be robots, when we see stuff broken, we're going to ask, why is it not being fixed? It does not make us bad people, and we shouldn't get personal with Swinney. We shouldn't call him names. We shouldn't get nasty. I'm not doing that. I've just said, why did you sit Cade Klubnik? Why did you let things be leaked out? Whether he meant to or not, maybe he didn't. I'm not saying that he did. But if I got word, if I was Swinney and I got word that the person who said what they said about Cade said it, I'd bring him in and I'd look at him and say, I don't care if you have been here for 30 years since you came from Notre Dame. I want you to realize something. If you ever utter words like that again, you will have no place with me. You can help with the women's basketball team who nobody cares about. You can help with the baseball team that people make themselves try to care about. And you can help with the basketball team who Clemson doesn't care about. But you will not You're not going no. It's different when the outside of the house has a tax on it. But when the inside starts to implode, we got a problem. That's what happens when you're a passionate fan base. Because let me tell you this, here's what happens. Look at Boston College. And I swear I'm shutting up now. Look at Boston College. When Matt Ryan was there, they got as high as number 3 in the country. Boston is so big and such a media outlet with the Celtics, obviously the Patriots, the Red Sox, the Bruins. So big that I remember ESPN announcers was talking about that they were walking the streets of Boston asking people, so what do you know about Boston College? Oh, we know it's Boston College. What do you know about their football team? I mean, we know they have a football team, but the people in Boston didn't even know that their team was ranked number 3 in the country. And you see what that did to Boston College, don't you? Did they sustain? No. No. That's what happens when fans don't care. Players don't want to come play at a place where the fans don't care if they succeed. Players want to come where they are going to be recognized and treated well because they're good football players. That's just how this thing works. And so with coaches. Jamie Chadwell left Coastal Carolina to go up to Liberty, and they're going to pay him 4 times as much in a year. That is because Liberty wants their football, that little Baptist school up there wants their football team to be immaculate. And they believe Jamie Chadwell is the one to do it after Hugh Freeze. They believe he understands how to coach a team of their size and take them to greatness. That's why they did it. It was worth it to them. It's not worth it to a lot of schools who are much larger than Liberty. That's how, when people care, they get mad when it's not working out. And that's what I'm going to end my thought on. If you care, you get irritated about it. If you don't care, it runs off your back like water. So, thank you so much for joining me. If you're still here and you've been here with me this entire time, I'm at 1 hour and 17. I can't believe I've even done this. But 46 of you are still in here. Hit the thumbs up if you hadn't already. And listen to me. That's free. Subscribing is free. The notification bell is free. If you do want to donate to the channel, go down to the links below. Check out the Sawmill Shop. Also, check out if you want to give to the channel and support me. Go to the link below as well. You'll go to the Bobby Durkins channel. I've been using his channel. He doesn't know it. He's definitely going to want to get in a fight with me. Somebody's asking, what is the dog barking at? Probably his shadow. I'm just going to leave it at that. He's probably barking at his shadow right now, ready to give his shadow the butt ripping of a lifetime. Oh, Lord, help me. Yes, I'm going to go get dinner. And Tyler Purvis says makes a great statement. Fan is truly short for fanatic. Yep, sure is. Even on a bad day, it's good to be a Clemson fan. Thank you for joining me. You will be hearing from me for the rest of the week as well. Go Tigers.